Today's show is being brought to you by Wild Fork. With close to 40 brick and mortar locations from Canada to the US and free shipping your first purchase, it's time to add some sizzle to your summer. Guys, we will hear more about our show sponsor Wild Fork in just a bit. So look, when Wild Fork reached out to the channel and told me they wanted to do a sponsorship on one of my shows, they also said I could pick out any protein that I wanted. I mean, we are talking briskets, we are talking prime ribeyes. How about 3 to 4 pound tomahawk steaks? Maybe a pulled pork. But after I was searching around on the webpage, I came across this chimichurri seasoned beef outside skirt steak, and right away my recipe wheels were turning. So on today's show, I am going to whip out the old Halo griddle, and I got a Carne Asada taco that is going to rival any taco that you've ever made in your life. I guarantee it. Let's get on over to the griddle. I've got an onion jam on there. It's been going for about a good solid half hour. Let's finish that up, then I'll bring you back to the board. I'll show you my ingredients. We'll get this skirt steak on, and we will start the show. Alrighty, look, as mentioned, this here is our onion jam. We've been on there probably for about a half hour or so. And we've been running it anywhere between 275 and 300. We want to caramelize those onions perfectly, so you got to bring them up slow. Inside there, we've got about 3/4 of a nicely diced, that is a fine diced white onion. I've also got a tablespoon of brown sugar. I've got a little bit of salt. I've got a little bit of garlic. And as mentioned, we will just bring them up slow. When they are just about finished, I will hit it with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. That is going to give you your sweetness and your tartness. We will then get those off. Then I will get my protein on, which won't take too long. We will get the protein off, and we will start building our tacos. I do believe the final cost on this is about $25 or so. And you do get 2 nice pieces of outside skirt. So basically what I like to do anytime I am working with a skirt like this is I like to cut them down in half. They are just easier to handle on the griddle. As always, you are going to get a full ingredient list under the show notes, and I can tell you this is a killer onion jam for sure. And the key to this onion jam here is to caramelize those onions slow. We are talking about 45 minutes. Bring them up slow with that brown sugar, a little other couple ingredients. Then you are going to hit it with a little bit of apple cider vinegar, just like that. Now at this point, you want to allow that apple cider vinegar to cook down. That is probably going to take about a minute or so. Also, we will add a little bit of dab of butter. And once that liquid evaporates, we know that apple cider vinegar is done. We will get it off. We will get it in a bowl. We will put it on the side, and we will continue to the next step. Alrighty, look how easy is that. Now we have our 2 burners here. That is 4 zones on full. I've got this end burner here, 1 zone lit in the front. So that is 5 zones out of 8 lit up. We want the griddle surface to about 450 to 500 as we want to quick sear this meat. That's probably going to take about 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes. Some of the pieces are a little thinner, so we'll have to watch that. We will get it off. We will get it on the board. We will let it set, and then we will make us up some tacos. Yeah. So once your griddle or saute pan has reached that proper temperature, you can get the outside skirt on. And I'm thinking about 2 minutes per side should give me the proper sear. And also I want a high, medium, rare to even a medium on this. Yeah. Always make sure you got good contact with a griddle or saute pan for sure. So we will push it down a little bit. Little peek ski, and once that 2 minutes is up, I am happy with what I see, so I will give it a quick flip. And obviously the smell, you know something special is happening here on the griddle. Oh, yeah, it's gotta be. So look, about another 2.5 minutes or so, we will get that off. We will get it on the plate. Remember, you want to maintain all those juices that are going to come off of this. And as you can see, there is plenty of juice. Alrighty, look, once that meat is done, you want to get it off. That has to rest for 5 minutes. There's no doubt about it. Here are my ingredients on the board. I've also got my griddle all cleaned up. I've got all burners off, but we are still 300. We will ride that down. I will get my tortilla shells on. These are corn tortilla shells. I'll get them on, I'll heat them up, I'll put them on the board here, and we will then whip us up some carne asada tacos. So very important here, you want to cut against the grain. The easiest way to do that is to cut each piece in half again, and that'll give you manageable, smaller pieces to work with. Otherwise, you will have 6-inch pieces going in the taco, and that is just too big. So cut them in half again, work it against the grain, and you are good to go. And as you can see, we got a hefty amount of protein, that is for sure. Look, the first thing that is going to go down, and I am going to take you through a couple of these real quick. The first thing you're going to want to do is get that onion jam down. And remember, our taco shells have just come off the griddle, so they are nicely warmed up. We will get our chimichurri outside skirt down. At that point, I am going to go with some white onions. That is going to be some tomatoes going down, and also a little bit of cilantro. And I don't like to chop it. I like to just kind of pull it apart. I do feel it releases a little bit more oils, a little bit more flavor. We got some fresh lime going down, and also some fresh orange juice going down. And to close this out, that is a little crema going down and a little bit of Cotija cheese. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that looks killer. Alrighty, guys, what could one say other than cheers? So guys, first off, what could one say? These are epic. There is no doubt about it. I mean, it is all in there. All that flavor is in there. That onion jam is killer. Don't skip out on the orange. That just brings a little bit of flair to the taco. Of course, the lime, the onions, the tomatoes, the Cotija cheese. And then you throw on that chimichurri outside skirt steak, and it is through the roof. I mean, you can't go to a restaurant in your neighborhood and get a better taco than this, I guarantee it. And trust me when I tell you, I could eat 10 of these, man. There is no doubt about that, man. These are friggin' off the wall good. Guys, I definitely want to thank Wild Fork for allowing me to cook for them. That is it, man. I'm going to close out this show. I will have information on Wild Fork down in the description. I will also link this cut of meat down there. If I were you, I would definitely pick it up. It is not that expensive, and I do believe they have free shipping for the first time order. Plus, they do have brick and mortar, so I'm going to also leave a link down in the description. So you make sure you check to see if there's not a Wild Fork near you, as I've got one. I've actually got two of them. I've got one about 7-8 miles and one about 30 miles. So there could be one near you. Make sure you check that out. So look, if there's anything you want to see from Wild Fork, just leave it down below. I hope to be back next month with a couple more cooks from them. I do have a YouTube join button down below. You can check that out if you care to support the show that way. Also my Patreons, I appreciate all you guys. These are Carne Asada tacos. They are through the roof with flavor. And until next time, we will see you soon.